Hey, what's up? This is Unrivaled Skyrim, and today I'm going to be doing this Total War Rome 2 battle replay, and it's going to be the first battle that Orphydian of the Bard clan. He is the one who recently got in touch with me and wanted me to do some commentaries over his clan's battles. These battles right here, I don't think they're they're tournament battles. They're just regular 2v2s. But this is going to be the first one. Looks like he is playing as Tylis, while his ally Jason, he's going to be playing as Epirus, and they're going to be facing Noldorin. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. He's also of the Bard clan. He's playing as Suebi, and his ally EnglishBlood is playing as Epirus. So let's go ahead and jump into the battle. Battle Dimmidi map. So I don't even know what region that is. Looks like it's going to be deserted from the lack of trees, but that's just my guess. There you can see both the Tylis and Suebi player. Orphydian looks like he's got 4 raiding horsemen, some Thracian peltas. That's kind of cool that he's bringing those. 2 Celtic slingers, only one levy freeman, and it looks like he's mostly tribal warriors. General's going to be in a Oathsworn, and he's got 2 Thracian warriors. So he's got 2 Oathsworn, 2 Thracian warriors, and the Suebi. A bunch of Bloodsworn, Swordmasters, Berserkers, Germanic Slingers. I think that's pretty much his army in a nutshell. Let me go ahead and slow it down for a little bit. I want to go over the Epirot player. His general's going to be in a Hellenic Royal Guard, and looks like he's got a front line of, appears to be 5 hoplites, could be 6, I think 6. They're backed by 2 Italian swordsmen and 2 royal peltas. It also has a unit of another Hellenic Royal Guard. He's posted right there. And for his cav, he only has 2 mercenary Italian cav, and he also has, I think it's a Thuriel spearman. Yeah, he's got that with the Germanic player. And the Epirot player over here, playing with Tylis, he's got a front line of appears to be 4 Illyrian levies, and they're going to be backed up by, appears to be 5 pikemen and 2 mercenary Samnite warriors. They're on the flanks, and he has 3 Rhodian slingers. And also his cav force over here looks like 2 skirmisher cav and 2 Hellenic Royal cav and mercenary Italian cavalry. So, and he's got one more Italian cav. So that's pretty much the armies. I'm gonna go ahead and I think alright, they're coming forward right now. So he sent me 4 battles, and I was interested to see what these guys do. I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm in their clan, but I'm just going to be doing commentaries over their clan. I'll be more than glad to play some battles or even participate in their tournaments that they host or play a part in. And you might see me do some live broadcasting on Twitch over some of these battles, but for now I'm just going to do some commentaries. So if you haven't figured it out already, I am not in this battle. It's between some of the Bard. I don't know if they're all in the Bard clan. I know at least 2 of them are. But it looks like they are moving forward. I believe this is Orphydian's. This is his side. Yeah, he's Tylis. So he's going to be facing against Germania, and the Epirot players, is kind of interesting. They're facing each other, and it looks like he's bringing up a skirmisher cav. He's going to get some javelins off on this Italian cav unit. Pretty good hit point damage. I don't know if he took, yeah, he didn't take out any of their horses, but they did manage to get some shots on them with their javelins. That's a pretty good idea. I see a lot more players use Jav Cav nowadays compared to horse archers. Uh-oh, there's a kitty cat outside. I gotta pause it real quick. Yeah, or he's in my room, I gotta let him out. Sorry about this. It'll take me 1 second. Come on. I'll just have to edit this. Come on. There you go. Good girl. Alright, sorry about that. And that didn't take too long. I'm not going to bother editing that. But yeah, looks like he's going back for his for these 2 units of skirmisher cav. Really, I don't really think there's really that much of a point of trying to be aggressive against the skirmisher cav. You're really playing into their hands. I mean, he wants you to try to attack it so he can get some javelins off on you. But then again, he doesn't have any skirmishers, so he can't really counter it that well. Let's go over here for a second. Looks like they've opened up the skirmishing battle. These Germanic slingers will absolutely destroy these Celtic slingers. I mean, for one, they're outnumbered, and Germanic slingers are just better. Their stats are better, and plus their missile block chance is higher because they have those big shields. But he's even helping out his skirmishers with his scout riders. Let's take a look what's going on. It looks like they actually caught these mercenary Italian cav. I guess they're pursuing the skirmisher cav, and they just got too far, and he countercharged with this Hellenic royal cav, and they're just going to destroy these mercenary Italians. So he's pretty much going to lose all his cav, and for whatever reason, he's going to be even more aggressive and actually engage the Epirus player. I can't remember their names, sorry. In Rome 1, it used to say their names right when you scroll over their units, but I don't know why they did away with that. It makes doing commentaries a lot harder if you don't have it written down or can't remember. But looks like Levy Freeman's going to get charged by this blood sword. Good idea. Even if you lose his blood sword to missile fire, it's a good idea to try to get this Levy Freeman off the field. It's a nuisance unit, so that'll help. I don't know. So it doesn't get some javelins into the cav. And it looks like the Epirus have engaged. And this is a common tactic you see nowadays. You see pikes actually being used in such a way as so they can use their pikes through one of their own units, say something like an Noldorin levy. So they're not engaged face to face with the unit. Instead, they're poking their pikes through one of their own, and it's actually an effective way to use your pikes. And these hoplites are just getting bunched up, and he's trying to send more reinforcements, but more cav over here. This looks like Orphydian, he's going to bring some raiding horsemen, and they're going to discharge their javelins, and they are going to get a lot of kills against these hoplites. The Germanic player, it looks like he was thinking about trying to help with his scout riders, but it doesn't look like he's going to engage them quite just yet. Now he's actually going to charge. I would imagine he used fast charge. I don't know exactly. I can't really tell. But these Bloodsword are going to crash into these tribal warriors, get the most out of their charge. Now they did receive some javelins, but I think if I were, it would have been hard to micromanage, but I actually would have sacrificed a slinger unit to soak up the charge and counter charge if I were Orphydian and his ally. But that would have been hard to micromanage because he's having to deal with units over here. And it looks like over here, he's finally using his scout riders, but they're going to engage with these skirmish cav. Let's see what's going on. So in the center, or at least on this side, it looks pretty good for the Epirus player in blue. I don't know how he's going to get through those pikes in the center. But as for the Germanic player, I think he's doing relatively a lot better than his ally. He's getting some good charges off on these Thracian warriors. They've only got 41 kills, and they're actually getting charged more with sword masters. They're going to die pretty quick. Yeah, they're going to shatter pretty quickly. And these sword masters, they haven't engaged yet, and they're going to use their charge bonus. And it looks like they're going to get a clean charge against these tribal warriors. So, I mean, Orphydian, he's busy helping elsewhere, so I guess his micro is on the wings, not so much in the center right now. He's actually going to bring forward his Oathsworn, probably to countercharge the Swordmaster General on the Germanic player. And it looks like these Raiding Horsemen, they're going to get caught by Italian Cav. Actually, no, they're on the same team. Sorry, I got confused right there. So he still has Cav over here. It's not like he's lost his cavalry. And it looks like the Epiro player on the other team, looks like his forces are pretty much dwindling right now. Oh, but they did get a rear charge with a Hellenic Royal Cav on. It's actually General, so that's interesting. That was a good hit right there. But they still outnumbered them with Cav. If I were them, I would be going after these Germanic slingers just to get them out of the battle, because late game, you know, they can be really effective. Just firing at weakened units and finishing them off. I wonder what they're targeting right now. I have no idea, but it looks like they're winning in the center. The Germania player, or the Suebi player. Sorry, that's Rome 1. But yeah. So yeah, these tribal warriors, they're about to flee. He does have a unit of Oathsworn in reserve. Good idea to keep that unit in reserve, keep it fresh. I mean, these units are already exhausted. And there's a Berserker going berserk, so let's take a quick look at that. I do like to show close-ups as much as possible, but you can't show too many because you won't see the whole entire battle. But, let's see, Mercenary Italian Cav. They could get a rear charge against these Swordmasters, which they're ganging up on this Oathsworn right here. Only getting 40 kills, and see, they're going to get totally overwhelmed over here. So Swordmaster versus... This is cool right there with the blood effects. So it looks like the Germania player actually is going to defeat Orphydian, you know, the Tylis player, on his side, but on the other side it comes down to the Epiro player actually defeated the other one. So that's actually a good trade-off. Well, good for both teams, I guess. And look, this Hellenic Royal Guard's kind of getting bunched up, and I don't know what's going on right there. It's a wacky formation. This guy's just getting stabbed repeatedly. I was surprised he didn't die sooner. So it's kind of a big mess right now. Let me take a look. Yeah, right now it's really, I would say it's still kind of equal. I mean, the balance bar, since Orphydian sent me to replay, it's on his perspective, so it's for the most part still even. Maybe a little bit more towards the for Tylis and the blue Epiro player. I say blue because he's got blue around his unit cards. His Hellenic, the other player's Hellenic Royal Guards got over 101 kills and still relatively healthy. Royal Cav is just wanting to charge it, but doesn't want to die. I don't even think his general's still alive. I don't see a player or a unit with his shield. So his general's dead. And over here, see these Thurio spears trying to be useful buy time for the Epiro player to I don't know, kind of reform and finish mopping up the other Epiro player. Actually survives amongst a bunch of berserkers and swordmasters, but they're going to go towards these raiding horsemen. They want to get them off the field, and this other tribal warrior, only 6 to 8 men, over 173 kills, so not too bad for a tribal warrior. Not the best, but not too bad at the same time. And over here, it looks like Orphydian, he still has a handful of units, and it looks like he's going to get rid of these swordmasters and berserkers, but they're going to get countercharged. This is a good idea, using this Germanic slinger just to try to hold these units in place and to allow these other Germanic slingers and these bloodsworn to kind of countercharge. I would imagine he didn't want him to reform because he's pretty much on his own now. I don't know how many units. This Thurio spear was on the other side at the same time. See, it's confusing when people use the same faction. But yeah, Orphydian, he still has a few units. I don't know, 5 units. He has one Oathsworn, which 61. So it's at half capacity. Looks like these guys are active. They probably use Headhunt. I have no idea if they did though. I didn't hear them to use that ability, but you never know if they did. Probably, but since they had to go against a Swordmaster and a Berserker. But here, the Skirmisher Cav is going to finally get to these Germanic Slingers. In my opinion, I think they should have done that a lot sooner, but I think they were tied down on with other units. And here, he's going to use his Germanic Slinger in combat just to try to hold this Oathsworn, and they're going to quickly try to surround it and take it off the field. This is a good idea. Actually, no, I thought he was going to countercharge, but actually he's going to go for these Celtic Slingers. I don't know if it is worth it or not, because these Celtic Slingers are pretty depleted, but you know, if he can quickly get them off the field, then I guess it does help him out in the long run, because there's still over about 3.5 minutes left, so this battle's not quite over yet. Actually, the one Epiro player with the Germanic player, he has these two units over here, which they can be very useful in this situation. They're going to try to surround Orphydian and his ally. So it looks like these Thuriel Spears are going against these Samnite Warriors. I don't know if that's a good idea to charge them right now, and they're actually going to get rear charged. Raiding Horsemen, even though it's only a light missile cav, I think it's more than enough to take out these Thurio Spears. Yeah, they're going to rout off the field, plus they're going up against Samnite Warriors to begin with. So, very deadly unit when it comes to light to medium infantry. So it looks like he's going to try to flank with these few units over here, but pretty much now I think it's Orphydian's and his allies' game so far. My opinion is very close, but I think the lack of skirmishers on the this player's team, or his team on his side, the lack of skirmishers in Cav really kind of did him in. His hoplites, you know, they weren't able to be that effective, and he just lost totally on his side. But Orphydian, even though he kind of lost on his side, he was able to make the most of his situation and take out as many Germanic you know, Suebi units as possible. So now they're going to countercharge. We're going to watch the final clash. Let's go ahead and go into, actually I'm going to go into this cinematic. I like this better. Looks more like a movie from like the 50s. Later 50s. But yeah, they're going to charge into these pikes. Let's take a close cinematic look into this. That's pretty cool. I think that'd be a good screenshot. Oh man, I wish I would have gotten that dude getting chopped down. There, just gonna take a few. But yeah, very good game on both sides. It's still not quite over yet. I mean, these pikes were going up against this Hellike Royal Guard. Rarely do you see in multiplayer pike go up against pike, because most players, you know, they know the stigma. Well, I won't even call it a stigma, I just call it reality, but, you know, pikes do suck in Rome too, so most players, they don't even bother with them. But nowadays you do see a lot more players use the pikemen, other than just to defend a few skirmishers in the center. Now some people are using them as you know, for offense. So it's always nice to see variety. This Hellenic Royal Guard might actually still win against this normal pike. Unit winning decisively, although it is exhausted. Yeah, they're just tearing up all those units in the center. And they're gonna win, but just from the sheer amount of losses, you know, yeah, they're gonna shatter. And it looks like it's down to a Berserker, but he's actually gonna get killed. That'd actually be a pretty cool thumbnail if I showed that. But let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics for this one. So it looks like sorry, his name was Jason in EnglishBlood. Okay, I could not remember that. I didn't want to try to pronounce this guy's name Noldorin because I can't pronounce it, so I wasn't gonna bother. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the kills and stuff. It was a Pyrrhic victory, so it's very close. Overall, units that got the most kills. Some of these tribal warriors did really well. This Oathsworn, not the general, but the other Oathsworn, got 3 experience chevrons in the process of getting 281 kills. That's to be expected. I think what he could have done well, I think maybe he could have brought one more slinger. Maybe not bothered with 2 Thracian Peltas overall. But he did pretty much split some of his forces to help out his ally Jason deal with EnglishBlood. So that's kind of what happens if you do weaken your force. You kind of do lose your fighting, your strength on your side of the battle, and that kind of, I don't know, I think if he concentrated all of his raiding horsemen on his own side, I don't think Jason needed really that much help taking out EnglishBlood. But that's just my opinion. Take a look at Nordrian. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I think he did really well considering that. I don't know. I mean, he took out Tylis almost single-handedly. It was a close fight, but he came out the victor on his side. His general did really well, and even the spear wall got some kills. Maybe got some skirmishers or something. And his front line of Bloodsworn just cleaned up. Over 100 kills, except with one of them. His Berserkers, this one got over 155 kills, so I'm sure they presented a fear effect amongst a bunch of units, and even these Slingers, they did their part, and his Scout Riders did good. Let's see, Jason, take a look at him. His Cav did really well, to be expected. I mean, Hellenic Royal Cav, it's very expensive, but I mean, in some cases it can be really effective. These Rhodian Slingers, not the most kills that they should. I think they should get more. These Illyrian Levies didn't really do all that well. His Samnite Warriors, they did their job, especially this unit, got 252 kills. And his Pikemen, I think, did really well. So let's take a look at the last player. His General did phenomenal in one of his Royal Peltas, but overall, not too many kills, especially with his Cav. He pretty much threw away his Cav. In my opinion, I think he should have brought only one Hellenic Royal Guard. I think that's more than necessary, and just bring more. I don't know, some. I'm going to butcher this Thessalians, and I don't know, maybe some Skirmisher Cav. You see a lot of people use Skirmisher Cav. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Just Unrivaled Skyrim signing off for now. Peace.